What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a movie review. Now, the movie we're going to be talking about is The Marvels. Now, before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone that's not seen the video yet, don't want to spoil it for you. Now, let's get into it. So, I'm going to be telling some things that I liked about the movie and then some of the things that I didn't like. So, The Marvels is a movie that has Teyona Paris in it. She was in, I think, WandaVision. She played Monica Rambeau. And then you have Iman Vanelli, she was Miss Marvel in her show. And then also you got Brie Larson, of course, who is Captain Marvel. So in this movie, these three characters end up getting their powers intertwined or entangled. Meaning what happens is if one uses their powers, they'll go to that space. It's almost like they switch places every single time they use their powers. Now, in watching this movie, there were some things that I really liked, like I said. And I really liked Kamala Khan as a character. Like, her character was really cool, Miss Marvel. Because her character was more of, you could tell that she was a teenager. And the reason why I say this is because you've got Monica Rambeau and then Captain Marvel. And both of them are like these headstrong characters who are just, basically like, oh man, they're more serious. And they've dealt with some stuff in their superhero years. And then you've got Kamala Khan, who's more of just coming out as a hero and having to experience things like, say, leaving a lot of survivors because there's not enough space for them. Because it reminded me almost of the Tobey Maguire, in the, I think, Spider-Verse movie, not the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man No Way Home movie where, you had the two older brothers and then you had like the younger brother, which was Tom Holland Spider-Man. So yeah, I like that. And then also I liked the boss Darbin because she was really cool. Now I will say Darbin had like I don't know how to say it, almost, I know it's like a crazy look, but then it was also like I'm higher than you crazy look. And also Darbin was like, she was strong. Like homegirl was fighting 3 against 1 and still managing to kick butt. Which I was like, dang. Like you could take on 3 people like that. I was like, wow. Now I will say in this, I'll tell you some of the things that I didn't like about her character, but we'll get to that when I tell you that. But I will tell you some of the other things that I did like and spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, at the end credit scene, we got to see Beast from the X-Men, which means we could probably have an X-Men movie, or who knows. But I was like, that was cool. I was super excited for that. And then another thing, there was this scene that I feel like it's a trope in movies, but it's a funny trope where it's like chaos is ensuing and everyone usually see people screaming bloody murder, but then you have like the classical music being played in the background, and this scene encapsulates that. And why I say that is because it's this whole scene where it's basically, if y'all don't know, if y'all didn't see the Captain Marvel movie, there's this cat named Goose, and it's not a cat, it's a flurkin. And what it does is, it looks like a cat, but it's got these tentacles in its mouth. Now, the reason why I tell you this scene is this cat Goose had babies. So there's a whole bunch of babies on this ship, and what these babies start doing is they start eating the people. Now this is for their benefit they're trying to save the people, but I'm not gonna kind of get a lot into it because I do want y'all to see the movie. But it was funny because you've got this classic music and you see these people are just running around, running away from these cats that are just, all these tentacles just grabbing on people. Like people were like screaming on the windows like, no, ah! And then you got this one lady, she runs around a corner, she turns, she looks at the corner, she sees her comrades getting eaten by these cats. She's like, she's panicking, and then she looks over and she sees Goose and another kitten, and the kitten's like whoosh, grabs her, and she's like, no. It was just hilarious. So that's some of the things I did like. Now, when we get into some of the things that I was just kind of like, I don't know about that are, first thing, I guess this is something more of a personal thing, but I don't know if anybody feels this like I feel this, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know how, like, what if, let me just explain. So you've got, like I said, in this movie, you've got Captain Marvel, you've got Miss Marvel, and you got Monica Rambeau. Captain Marvel had her own movie. So, and I mean, some people might not see it, or other people might not see it. But I'm like, you know that she had her own movie, so then they introduced her into the MCU verse. Now, catch up with me, y'all. Y'all, hold on. I'll tell you. Now, when it gets to Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel, they had series. They had their own series. And Monica Rambeau was more of, she was in like WandaVision. So my thing is, I, I'm like, I just wish it was like where you could just watch the movies almost, and you get introduced to these characters like they did at the old in the old times. You know, where you had those Iron Man movies, and then you had, the Captain America movies. And then I don't know if they did a Black Widow movie, but they did the Thor movies, and then those characters got kind of introduced together into the Avengers. Whereas I'm like, you gotta watch. I'm basically what I'm saying is like you gotta watch a series to know who this character is. So I'm like, I don't know if I like that because I'm just like, some people might not want to watch those series and then they end up not knowing who this character is. Even though these characters are in comics, yes, but I'm like, you wouldn't know, oh, that's how her powers were like this and that. Like Monica Rambeau, you wouldn't know how she got her powers unless you saw. And it's explained in, like, it's a little mention in WandaVision, but you wouldn't know how she got her powers unless you watched WandaVision. And the same thing is you wouldn't know Miss Marvel if you didn't watch the series or read the comics. So that was just a little thing that it's like, it's not like that bad for me, but it's just, I'm just like, man, I wish it was some way where they just do movies. Now I understand some characters might not have enough substance to make an entire movie about it, but that's just something that I was just thinking about. Now, another thing, as I was saying, like with Darben's character, how I liked her, she was really strong. She had a crazy look in her eye. Then she always had a, oh, I'm higher than you kind of look. Being that Darben, she is the antagonist of the movie, but her motives don't seem evil. And the reason why I say that is they're evil but not evil. Is because she's basically trying to save her planet. Her Kree planet, because in the movie it's told that, when Captain Marvel in the first movie, Captain Marvel's movie, she came to the Kree planet and destroyed the AI and completely ruined that planet. Where those people couldn't breathe air, they couldn't like all the resources were gone. And Darben is basically trying to get those resources by destroying planets or doing what she's doing in the movie. So I was like, she don't seem like a villain, although it was more of a revenge plot against Miss Marvel, well, Captain Marvel. And I understand that kind of tells you that revenge consumes a person. You never want to give in to revenge because it'll consume you, which is a good life lesson. And other than that, everything else was good. Now, when it comes to the review of the movie or the final review, I'd say it's almost in the middle. It's not really like where it was like, oh my god, it's a bad movie, but then it's not where it's like, oh my god, this is the amazing. And I'm just gonna give this example. This is Infinity War movie. It was almost in the movie. I liked the movie. I don't know if I'd see it again unless a friend of mine was like, "Oh, hey, you want to see it?" Because I saw it with my sister. I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go watch it." But yeah, but remember, y'all, like the video, share with your family, subscribe to that bell icon to be notified from our videos, and I'll see you on the next video, y'all. Bye, y'all. Have a blessed day, millionaires. I'll see y'all later. Also, there won't be any video on Friday. And have a happy Thanksgiving, y'all. And also eat turkey ham, or anything, y'all, on your Thanksgiving. So I hope y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all. Millionaires, I'll see y'all later. Bye.